The Yankees have the best pitching staff in baseball. It's helped them propel to being the best team in the American League, and it's also helped them sustain themselves without having Garrett Cole. The biggest reason for that? It's Luis Gil's breakout. He has a 1.99 ERA across 11 starts, striking out over 30% of batters faced, and slowly seeing the walk rate decrease start after start. The 25-year-old right-hander has placed himself firmly in the Cy Young conversations, and he could end up winning Rookie of the Year as well. But with all of that being said, how did the Yankees end up finding Luis Gil? He wasn't drafted or signed by the Yankees, and we'll have to go back in time to find how the Yankees turned the signing of a utility man into landing one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to stay up to date with everything going on with the New York Yankees. We're your one-stop shop for Bronx Bombers content, and without further ado, let's get into today's video. The year is 2017. It's November 17th, and the Yankees have to protect some players from the Rule 5 draft. One of the players they choose to protect is Jake Cave, an outfielder who put up a 156 WRC plus in AAA for them and was entering his age 25 season. At the time, the Yankees didn't have the logjam in the outfield they would have just a few weeks later, as they would pull off one of the biggest trades in franchise history. You see, Jake Cave was preparing to potentially compete for a spot on this roster, as even if he didn't make the team out of spring training, a good showing there could maybe make him the first guy up if the Yankees were to have an injury in their outfield. What would happen weeks later, however, would completely change any chance Jake Cave had at making the team. The Yankees would pull off a trade for Giancarlo Stanton in December, the reigning NL MVP, a guy who hit 59 home runs, and of course, a guy who had a really big contract as well. With the Yankees having an outfield logjam, and they would have to clear up some roster space at some point during the offseason or spring training to potentially find some more depth for their infield where they are severely lacking. We know that Miguel Andujar and Gleyber Torres would go on to compete for Rookie of the Year, but the Yankees weren't fully sure about starting them on the Major League team. Both players were optioned ahead of opening day, and Gleyber Torres didn't really have the spring training they were hoping for as well, so they ended up signing Neil Walker in free agency to a one-year, $5 million contract on March 16th. Now, Neil Walker didn't really do much with the Yankees. He struggled out of the gate, and while he finished the season with an 82 WRC plus thanks to better play in the second half, he still had a negative 0.6 FWAR, and he only recorded a few play appearances in the postseason, although one of them would have been more recognizable, more infamous in Yankees history had they completed the comeback in Game 4, as he was hit by a pitch to score one of the runs that they scored in the 9th inning in what ended up being a failed comeback. But with that being said, the biggest effect that Neil Walker would have on the Yankees would be that because they signed him and added him to the 40-man roster, they had to DFA Jake Cave. Now, designating Jake Cave for assignment meant that he was placed on irrevocable waivers. Any team in baseball could stake a claim on him, and if they claimed him, the Yankees would have to let him walk over to that team. Now, Jake Cave could have been claimed for free. You did not have to offer up a player to do so, but with the Minnesota Twins hoping to boost their outfield and looking at Jake Cave as somebody who could do such a thing, they ended up working out a trade with the Yankees to complete the transaction and acquire Jake Cave as a result. Who did they trade? Right-hander Luis Gil, who at the time hadn't pitched above rookie ball and actually missed an entire season due to shoulder injuries. Luis Gil wasn't considered a top 100 prospect. He wasn't considered a surefire thing. He was somebody who the Yankees scouts heavily believed in thanks to his excellent stuff. It took a very long time for this trade to look the way it has for the Yankees, and Jake Cave actually looked like the better player in the deal for the first few seasons. Through 163 games with Minnesota, he had a 111 WRC plus and 21 home runs. He was part of that infamous Bomba squad that won over 100 games and the American League Central, setting the home run record as well for a team. Cave is a solid player at the time. He could be a good outfielder at 3 different spots. He could provide some power. He could get on base a little bit, but after the 2019 season, everything would fall apart for him. He would record a 68 WRC plus and 269 OBP in the 5 years following, and in the last 3 years, he's been on 3 different teams, as he was cut by the Twins, Phillies, and he's now on the Rockies. As for Luis Gil, he would undergo Tommy John surgery in 2022, ending his season prematurely and knocking him out basically from professional baseball for 2 years, but this year he's firmly in the Cy Young conversation. The right-hander has a 1.99 ERA across 11 starts, and he had one of the best pitching months we have ever seen. Across 6 starts, he went a perfect 6-0 with a 0.70 ERA, pitching at least 6 innings in each start, including his most recent outing where he went a career-high 8 innings of 1-run baseball, striking out 9 batters. This season, he has a 2.3 WAR on Baseball Reference. In Jake Cave's 440-game career, he has a 2.1 WAR. The Yankees have already won this trade, and Luis Seal looks like he's just getting started, while Jake Cave looks like his career is coming to an end. The Yankees absolutely fleeced the Twins in this deal. And while you can't really blame Minnesota, they did trade a low-level minor league prospect for somebody who was more major league ready, and they were in a contention window at that time. Brian Cashman and his scouting team deserve a lot of credit here. The Yankees traded for the reigning NL MVP, and as a result would have to designate for an assignment an outfielder who they would then use to trade for one of the better right-handed pitchers in baseball. Whether Luis Seal holds this up or not, this is somebody who clearly has the talent to be a force in any major league rotation. He has 3 above average pitches in his fastball, changeup, and slider. His command has only gotten better, and the velocity and stuff are off the charts levels of good. If the Yankees can continue to develop talent internally, it'll help them offset the cost of paying players like Aaron Judge, Garrett Cole, or even potentially Juan Soto. As the Yankees have to answer one of the most difficult questions they'll have to answer this upcoming offseason, as they have to find a way to pay Juan Soto in a market that is going to be desperate to land somebody as good as him. They're going to have to cut costs in other places, and having guys like Luis Seal help them keep those costs down so that they can make the Godfather offer and keep one of the best left-handed hitters in baseball history around for the long term. There are other names in the organization who have finally started to step up, whether that's Anthony Volpe at shortstop or Clark Schmidt in the rotation, and we're also seeing some of their upper-level minor league talent start to force their way into some bigger conversations. From Clayton Beeter to Caleb Durbin or Ben Rice, there are plenty of names that could join the major league conversation and make their debuts this season or next, and the Yankees are starting to embrace a youth movement once again. Will this lead to them having more World Series titles? Can they win it all this year? We'll have to wait and see, but right now Luis Seal is one of the most exciting young arms in the game, and in a bizarre fashion, it was signing Neil Walker that helped the Yankees acquire him. Let us know what you guys think about this video in the comment section below, and did you guys learn that Neil Walker is the biggest reason why the Yankees got Luis Seal? We want to know what you guys think about the video and everything related to the Yankees in the comment section below. Make sure to like this video, it goes a very long way to helping us get this content out to more people, and if you guys subscribe and turn on the notification bell, you guys can join the Fireside family and be up to date on our latest releases. Thank you guys again for tuning in. If you want to talk to us on social media, you can check us out on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and of course this YouTube page. We'll see you guys in the next one. Let's go Yankees. Peace out.
Perfect.